to Easy Tyler.
Yeah, shout out to Easy Tyler.
Hold on, I don't got a time today. Money on my mind, nigga, I got to grind today.
All right. How we feeling, bro? How we feeling?
Pretty good. After I got my coffee, got this USA shirt on, I'm ready. I'm ready to golf all 18 holes, and it's going to be 110 out today. It's going to be sick.
Let's run that, dude. Plenty of water.
Plenty. Like, probably no alcohol, because it's like you like burning money. Just buy a beer and then go golfing in Arizona, and you're just going to sweat it out immediately.
But welcome to episode 25, the Easy Side Update, July 4th, 2022. Shout out to America, United States.
Love you. I love you, America.
I love you, America. But hell yeah. We got Bubba Crypto, Too Easy Trizzy. What's going on?
What's good? Greetings. Hated that. Yeah, no. I'm just trying to catch up, dude. 4th of July. We were like, we're going to hit the pod with some big 4th of July energy. I got my USA shirt.
Let's go.
Bubba Crypto's got his Texan shirt.
I mean, and
put
me on blast like that.
yeah. I mean, at least it's American colors. I mean, Texans think the state is the whole country, right? Remember when you hopped on that congresswoman's Twitter space, and you're like, yeah.
I was dogged.
Texas.
I was dogged. They dogged on it pretty hard. But I mean, Utah, Texas, I don't know. I mean, but it's cool. Arizona's tight. Utah's cool. I love Utah. I was born in Utah, so shout out to the congresswoman.
Shout out to the congresswoman. Whoa,
hey,
we're synced in, dude. We don't need to clap this time. But yeah, shout out to blockchain voting and blockchain technology implemented into the government. I was saying that, and then this young lady just found me, and I was like, all right, cool. Then we hopped on the Twitter space. Probably never going to see each other again because Bubba Crypto went in there like the Joker and wearing the nurse outfit, just blew up the whole space.
My bad. I didn't know etiquette. Apologies. I get excited.
I was in there like a solid hour just listening and raised my hand. I was like, I've never even been a speaker on Twitter Spaces. I look down after I'm done. Bubba Crypto, who just comes out of the shadows with his hand up. I was like, uh-oh.
Well, I didn't know how it works. Thought we.
Well, now we know. It was a good rough draft. It was great.
Draft.
It was great. I mean, it's recorded. We can probably find it, but it'd freak the people out. They'd be like, "This is the best scary acting since Heath Ledger." Rest in peace.
Yeah, definitely R.I.P. Shout out to the Joker.
Yeah.
I honestly, dude, I've definitely gone through good self-development over the past week, learning how that works. Twitter, the thing for me is like Twitter Spaces is like if the conversation is going nowhere, that's where like it's really hard to keep interacting and want to listen, right? And so it's like, I don't know. I really appreciated kind of the response after I was done talking, but it definitely makes me realize that, obviously the spaces are a form of like sharing the conversation, but it needs to be led very well. That's the thing. So I really like it, dude. I love Twitter Spaces. I think it's a great option for people trying to make a real impact on something.
We're gonna have to try to squeeze into that Twitter space. I mean, that was obviously not a pun because I was so bad, but it kind of was a pun. So you're just gonna have to deal with it as a listener. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
But happy 4th of July. I mean, like we said, I freaking love this country. And I'm trying to figure out who are you going to be today. I've noticed that there's two different kinds of people for this 4th of July. They're either like, the consistent Americans. They're like, I'm just going to freaking get wrecked. I got like a 4-day weekend. I got the right to party. And then there's people that are like subliminally dissing the country, like it's going to respond on their Instagram, be like, this 4th of July, it's just happy 4th of July, but I'm not freaking happy about it.
Yeah,
this place sucks.
Yeah, this place sucks.
But bless everybody's soul. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not trying to beef with anybody who hates the country right now. I mean, hey we're crypto bros.
Yeah, we're crypto bros. But you gotta put on for your city, right? But what about what about your country? I don't know. I like what we come from and what we stand for. So, if people don't like it, they can bite me.
Yeah, there's probably worse places. And
Yeah.
I mean, if you say something, if you subtweet those governments and see how that goes, but go in China and then be like, yeah, F this freaking country.
Yeah.
I
See how
hate
far
our
you get.
leadership.
Yeah.
And
Hilarious.
never seen again.
Well, on another note, let's get into this quote that you chose today.
Money on my mind. I got to grind today. The whole chorus.
Yeah.
Shout out to Corday.
Money on my mind, nigga, I got to grind today. Get that shit on the level.
Yeah, real quick, I want to say, like, every time I read it, I now say it exactly like him. Like, I mean, when you first turn it on, I was kind of like, Troy doesn't usually listen to songs that go like this, that start like this. And when it started going, I was like, that's kind of interesting. All right.
Yeah, I wish I could sing it, but there's just so many curse words that I just can't, which is like, I'm trying to keep this podcast PG.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, money on my mind, I got to grind today. I like it because it's, really just keeping that consistency. We want to spread that consistency of what kind of energy we're on, which can kind of get us into this next part here. Buy low, sell high, right? As simple of a concept that is, it seems to be forgotten every time a market takes a turn. And so no matter up or down, people seem to forget how to control their emotions and act rationally. Why is this? Because people have a problem with greed for some reason. They don't know when they should take profits, and that's a tough thing to do. No, it is not a simple task to buy low and sell high because everyone would be doing it. Therefore, I have always kind of remained focused on buying when people don't buy and then selling when people don't want to sell.
And I like that you brought up greed, because I feel like early on in my crypto journey, that was one thing you told me about the crypto market, is that it'll devour the greed.
Yeah.
And I mean, it did.
Yeah, it did.
On a
It
bigger
does.
scale.
Mm-hmm. And what's kind of happened with these exchanges kind of reminds me of The Big Short, like I kind of brought up last week. But it's kind of funny how, like a CDO, they had all these synthetic CDOs and people betting on one bet. And when that bet lost, all these other people lost. And it's kind of interesting to see what happened with Celsius, 3AC, and then Voyager now, and even Luna and Terra and all these things. And my pop said it best: it's like a purge right now, and it's healthy for the market. And if somebody can recognize that, then I would almost say that this is kind of a really good time to be looking at it as an investment, right? As me and you have been talking about this for months, we keep saying buy, obviously, because it's long term here. But now we're kind of personally, out of the conversations I've had for the past week, fear is at an all-time high to buy. But I've always recognized these kind of levels as such a great opportunity.
Right. And like you're saying, so with the market, it's kind of a gray cloud, and psychology of money tells you that it's dangerous to act on, financial forecasts. So, I mean, we stick to trusting our process, which is dollar cost averaging, and just finding ways to stay afloat during these volatile times until we figure it out. Because, I mean, I don't know about you. I do know about you. We freaking are just content with building the staking portfolio as big as we can.
Yeah.
So, hey, I don't know.
Those are my favorite moments. So 100%.
I'm stretching out the brain today. It's literally like early in the morning, had to grab the coffee, and then I was like chugging my coffee like I'm Gary Guzler. And then I was like, okay, wait, I get it. I get why I can't settle in the first 15 minutes. I'm literally like an astronaut just waiting to take off, just sitting in the cockpit, and you're like, I got to get ready for G-force, and that's how caffeine just hits my body, because I just chug my coffee full of sugar and caffeine and take it right to the heart, and I come ready to but that's besides the point. And that's how much I love this podcast.
That's great. That's
All
great. I think
we're back to it.
Yeah, we're definitely back to it. Honestly, I think that's a great transition into the news. Let's get to it. Let's lift off.
Let's lift off. And speaking of not lifting off, we have, it's just bad. The transitions, the puns, all bad. Very low grade. I apologize.
Very low grade.
And I barely even celebrated America yet. I'm not hungover or anything. I've been
It's early. I think
finding
this is the
zen.
earliest we've ever recorded. So, different vibes, different energy. I think it's more
You think I
exciting.
can afford to party with the market like this?
Yeah, I mean, I am on
I
a
know.
baller's budget, top ramen, fast food, coupons, lots of coupons.
We had Taco Bell like literally 10 minutes before they closed, and like we ordered like 4 chalupas. There was
No.
multiple people. I mean, that wasn't for me. I'm not a chalupa guy, but then like I order it and they're like, yeah, we're basically about to close, so that's super sick of you to order 11 items. I'm like, hey, Alex, just check the food. It might like not be good. I go into the bag, like, you know me, I customize all my orders. I'm like, no lettuce, no tomatoes, none crazy on it. I look in the bag, there's probably just 14 chalupas. They're like, yeah, no, so we're about to close. Here's just everything we have left in a chalupa. But now we're back to it. All right, ready? Speaking of liftoff or not lifting off, it's Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF denied once again. So I don't know about you, but personally, I'm not surprised because once they open that door, there's really no going back. So they're just going to be stalling and stalling. I believe they call this a filibuster.
Yeah.
The world's dumbest thing in government. It's like, hey, so we have an idea. We're going to create a filibuster and waste the taxpayers' money and get nothing done. And we just want it on hours that we're filibustering.
Yeah.
So there's no going back
do it.
once you accept this Bitcoin ETF, because then it's official. Then it's left off.
Yeah. I mean, mutual funds is billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars in value because it's a less riskier play for big money. And so we get a trust turned into a mutual fund, GBTC. I think you kind of want people that have been in the game for a while when it comes to creating a better investment for institutional investors. Absolutely, I agree with that. And I think, being around since 2013 should hold a little bit of weight. But their response was what was kind of legendary for me. We are done reasoning with you directly. We are going to just go straight to the judicial branch. And that's a move, man. That's a great move. And I really appreciated that. I even went to go say, we need to follow suit. There's tons of brands and businesses that need to do the same thing.
So we're taking it right to Judge Trudy. We want regulation, and by regulation, we don't want regulation. Just regulate the exchanges.
Yeah.
But we're just going to keep saying it every week because sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. But like 99% of the time, which is close enough to be considered a fact, we're right. But it's not financial advice.
Right.
Anyway, governments, the governments are just really going for their taxes. I feel like that's the main importance. We're seeing it, and we see it every single week. But we'll see. We'll see if they can figure it out. Because I asked the congresswoman, I was like, can they just not read the scripts or the coding and be like, okay, there's no hazards, or let us know? Because they continue to push all these safeguards and this and that. And it's like, well, with DeFi, we know it's just all on the investors themselves to be their own security and understand that risk if you want to play the game.
Exactly. Yeah. The ignorance of responsibility is what is... Sorry, let me take that back. Let me put this in layman terms. Somebody else messing up, screaming and kicking that they lost because they didn't do their homework. That's one thing. Another thing is SEC not giving permission to something that they don't believe in. Right? That's a tough gig. You have stocks like Netflix that get put into mutual funds, but yet you're telling me it goes down 70% and that got approved, right? So it's like, and I understand that this is a mutual fund and that's a stock, and I get the difference here, but I'm also saying that the swing in price action, Netflix compared to Bitcoin was different. Netflix had a huge market cap as well, but lost more percentage, and Bitcoin has lost less percentage and is still pretty big market cap as well, $1 trillion at one point. But regardless, a trust to a mutual fund that's been around since 2013, I think we should give it some credit. So, but now the SEC is getting involved, a government institution, and they're denying somebody a legal way of becoming a mutual fund, and not allowing that to happen. And then you have finally the DOJ step up and get somebody in the NFT market that wants to be out here completely rug pulling somebody, like 100%. You just lost your investment, not and that wild to think about, right?
Right. But it's not uncommon in the NFT marketplace either.
No, absolutely not. You lose 100% of your investment. Yeah, for sure. Like, you're not getting it back. But over here in Bitcoin, hey, at least you still got, if you invested at 69K, 50% of your value, So,
right.
I don't know. It's ridiculous.
So we had the Baller Ape Club rug pull. So the Department of Justice named 5 people involved in crypto fraud schemes, which together raised more than $130 million from investors. That's probably a nice payday, but I mean, you can't blow it if you're in jail because you use, address to address. So what they were doing is chain chopping, which I guess is money laundering in the crypto world. They're just converting a coin to other types of funds and moving them across multiple blockchains. Using decentralized swap services to obscure the trail of funding. I mean, it's like catch me if you can. Like eventually, like
it's on the blockchain. It's on the blockchain. That's the number one thing that these people are forgetting. Like, yeah, they may have figured out a way to use a decentralized exchange, but the thing is moving that amount of funds around, you can see where it starts and where it ends. Like, and yes, as bad players keep developing and getting better, it's up to the good players to do the same as well. And so, like, check it out. It's like hacking, right? The FBI and other government institutions offer these like hackathons, and so do different cryptocurrency communities. And you earn a reward for, doing something, and then they gain from your knowledge, and then they learn how to combat that. Wow, what a process. And so here we are. Here's an example of, hey, guys, here's the bad players. Here's what they're doing. But us good players that are willing to pay their taxes when we cash out, you guys should be making legislation that helps benefit us and hurts people like them. Right? Common sense legislation, you would think.
I agree. And if these people are convicted, they could be facing 40 years in prison. Hard times.
Yeah, I mean, bro, absolutely. If you're willing to steal $130 million, what was it? It was 130 something million dollars in India that they got frauded out of, right? 130 something million on all those people in India, and then you have an NFT project like this, right? NFT project too. That's not billions of people that have access to this particular NFT project. That's what, maybe millions? And they were able to do 130 million, and then India's over here. Why is this even a headline with India when this should be a headline all over the place? This is a $130 million NFT project that rugged its community. Those people got zero on their investment, zero. And then you got a spot Bitcoin ETF being rejected because why? Why? That's it. Boom. Done deal. It's ridiculous.
This should be like our first high-speed chase through the cyber world and how we get these guys.
Yeah.
And then we'll all watch it on Netflix in like 3 months and be like, what a crazy time that was.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we had all the addresses and we could follow them everywhere until literally an infinite amount of time.
I mean, dude, the thing about thieves, they think they're smart. But a great transition here. We were talking about India. I think.
Right. Well, this is why that they want to regulate in the first place, and why they're regulate. I mean, it gives them an opportunity to be like, hey, this isn't safe. There's bad players out, and I mean, I don't want to call it fear mongering, but I think there's just so many people that don't really understand what's going on. So hopefully, we take this close out 2022 with the government doing its diligence and learning how it works. I mean, you're not going to be able to regulate it if you don't know how it works.
Exactly.
And how to make it better.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely what you just said. Do your homework, know what it is, and learn how to help us make it better, because we understand what it is. That's the part that like really bothers a lot of us that's been in crypto for a while. It is we're putting the time in to understand how all the kind of the process and the dynamics of this market works, and we're trying to share it, and yet you have bad players putting such a stain on us right now, and you're having I love that, a purge happening into our market, which is great overall. It will be great at the end of the day because it will get rid of the bad players and allow more good players to thrive. And that will bring more institutional investment money, and that will bring trillions of dollars of value into the market. We want that.
Right. And with India, last week we talked about their taxes, so the 30% and then the 1%, and we need it within 30 days.
Yeah.
We've seen now just after like a week that has hurt crypto.
in
That
India.
did. If your goal is to not stall innovation, then your goal was not met, because it says it says 2 of India's largest crypto exchanges have slumped by over 75% since July 1st.
Jesus.
So,
July 1st.
Volumes plummeted to $1.9 million on Saturday, down $7.2 million on Monday. So a whole lot of money.
Jesus, bro. That's the effects of what they're doing. That's bad. That's the effects of bad regulation. That's crazy. You bringing those numbers.
And is regulation even taxing? I feel like regulation should be separated from taxing it. Like you said, we're free. We're proud of our country. We'll pay taxes on our capital gains if it's reasonable. But I don't want I'm not going to pay 31%.
No.
Give you 1% in 30 days, and then you send it to a foreign country. I'm like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if things are supposed to work this way.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
let's meet in the middle.
Yeah, let's meet in the middle. And possibly let's have like a specific thing like cryptocurrency taxes. Maybe we utilize that for like specific things in the United States, right? I mean, if you guys collect taxes on cryptocurrency exchanges, which potentially could be trillions of dollars in value, it could be taxes on that. Absolutely. Around the world, transactions happening, investments into our country through liquidity on the blockchain. Absolutely. That happens. Think about how much value that will bring into our country and what we should invest it in.
And then maybe, like you're saying, so throw that money back into the market. And if you guys really are serious about a positive environment impact and making cryptos more green, well, let's put some money into the innovation and do some research.
Yeah, and help these developers. Let's put capital into the hands of people that can build. And India right here, this is a great example of not allowing the cryptocurrency community to build. And what is that going to do to their people? I don't know. Remember, cryptocurrency, you and I have been talking about banking the bankless, and that is starting to become a trend that we're seeing on Twitter. And that's kind of like our news for crypto, right? And there you are, dude. Think about how many billions of people live in such densely populated parts of India. Those people have internet connections, and this just makes all the sense in the world. And boom, they completely strangle it like that. That's not gonna get them far, man. You're gonna hit that. You want to get that transition? You got one for it?
Oh, do you got one, dude? Do we got a transition to go from India to Europe? I hope you brought your passport.
Well, yeah, I got a great transition for it. We can learn a lot from the actions of India, and we can also do the same with the EU decision this week concerning crypto. So if you wanna introduce everybody to the MiCA regulation and what's going on over there.
Yeah, so there was a thread that kind of got me caught up on it. They're going after stable coins. They say stable coins will have to maintain reserves to cover all claims and provide redemption rights of the holders. Then they go, there's a new crypto sheriff in town. It's ESMA. I don't know if I'm scared of ESMA, but it's like a crypto world. So like now with names, I don't really know like if I should be scared of it. But I mean, I'm also not European.
What if it's ESMA?
ESMA?
Yeah, remember the Emperor's New Groove, ESMA? I think that's her name. I don't know. But yeah, going into the new sheriff.
No, I don't really watch a lot of Disney, but yeah, ESMA from that movie that you were just talking about will have intervention powers to prohibit or restrict the provision of crypto asset services by CASP or distribution or sales of crypto assets in case of a threat to protect investors.
Yeah.
So it's these. I feel like we never really see these things actually help the investors. They're like, yeah, so we're doing all this to protect the investor, and then it's like, wait, where were you when we needed you? Hence why we're here in the first place in crypto.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, EU. So with the EU, I'm confused because I feel like every week we're like, hey, they took a couple steps forward, then it's like 10 feet back. So I'm like, are we getting our crypto news out of Europe by like pigeon communication? They're just dropping my script off, and I'm like, bro, what is going on? You just made me feel like things were going good, and now we're talking stricter regulation. Yeah, and then they're like, yeah, we can shut off the exchanges. So whenever.
I put a lot of thought into this because absolutely, you don't want your access to your funds and your finances to be cut off. So that's why we love cryptocurrency, right? This article talks about DAI, right? And this is specifically what it says. There would also be difficulty enforcing these rules for decentralized stablecoins such as DAI. Okay, so DAI is a decentralized protocol that cannot be controlled by a central institution, a government or corporation. Okay, so they are limiting the amount of volume of stablecoins going through in a 1-day period because of insolvency issues. Okay, I can get that. The value they put that at is at $200 or $300 million. Okay, real quick on that, 24-hour daily volumes of Tether was $50 billion. So they're allowing only $200 million, which is only 20% of just a single billion. There was $50 billion in value of transaction on one stable coin, okay, in one 24-hour period. So they're going to be slowing down the opportunity of access to capital and liquidity for people to develop in the crypto space, okay? I do believe that is a possibility, but this is another thing that came to my mind. Competition is important, okay? Competition is important, and especially in centralized stablecoins, I believe without a doubt having more competition in the stablecoin market, things like DAI that are decentralized protocols that will use the blockchain and use the technology in a way so people have easier access to more funds and can keep developing the crypto community. And so I don't think it's bad all the way if it's going to encourage more people to develop decentralized stablecoins. That was my thought process on it. Okay. So right. I wasn't all the way mad at that. Now, another thing, go ahead. Did you have something? Oh, okay. Another thing that I found like really interesting is they're saying crypto asset service providers, CASPs, that's the word that you said a minute ago, CASPs, will be required to adhere to strict requirements aimed at protecting consumers. Okay, why do I think that is important? As not only consumers of buying cryptocurrency, but utilizing the network of transaction from A to B and protecting that transaction from A to B, I find that important as well. You don't want to see insolvency in a government world power in their financial institutions and completely annihilate an economy. You know what I mean? Because we saw what happened in World War II in Germany. That's what happened. It was an economic turmoil and just annihilated the country. And so we don't want to see that happen. So I'm not all the way mad at this is what I'm getting at. But what I'm saying is they still don't want to strangle the access to capital and liquidity to benefit the crypto community, because look at what's happening in India from strangling any value at all getting into the crypto market.
Right. And that's why I hope the United States is watching that.
Yes, absolutely. So this was really good, dude. And I kind of do enjoy how we're prolonging the process here, because it's allowing more innovation to come through. People keep developing, and then we can see how other people are acting about it. And it's really good. A country of billions of people in it, right? Or billion something amount of people. I mean, it's an insane amount of people that live in India, and we're getting to see what's happening with, bad regulation. Would you call it bad?
I mean, for India specifically, I don't agree with
Don't agree with it. So
yeah.
I mean, who's to say if it's bad or not? Okay, so
especially this early on, because I'm like, okay, India, have you read the coding? Have you applied some sort of stress test? Because some of these projects are falling out of the sky due to stress tests, or their money operations is not stable to build that foundation. Yeah. So then you move on to regulate the exchanges. I don't agree with the taxing this early, but you can see it's like it is almost that Trojan horse aspect where you see who's jumping at the bits and why they're doing so. It's like, oh, okay, taxes first. Your tax, like you continue to say, like no taxation without representation. It's like, what kind of representation is there if you lead with the tax and you don't go through the tech?
Exactly.
But one-on-one or one after another, let's just keep seeing the bad players get out of the system.
Yeah.
I know we were kind of focused on like we're more focused on just like if it's right to tax and all that, or not good. Right to tax.
The thing about the taxing situation anyways is they won't be able to control the flow of liquidity when it comes to DAI and other decentralized stablecoin assets. So there is a flaw to their initiative in that stance when it says protecting insolvency issues. I get that, but that's why we want to go decentralized, decentralized, decentralized.
Right.
So,
and what were you saying about early on during the EU topic? You were talking about like slowing down, because I was like, oh, this is nice to like transition into Coinbase. How I bought my Solana on Coinbase Pro.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
What did you say about that?
Oh, like are you talking about us moving legislation and regulation slowly?
Well, you were talking about getting from point A to B, like buying on the exchange and then making sure that it's going safe. Like you don't mind if it's slowed down a little bit, but at the same time, it kind like in my situation, it kind of
slows down
hurt.
you getting
Luckily,
access.
we found right, but I think in that case, so I bought 0.2 Solana to top off like an NFT transaction,
right?
And didn't have access to it. Coinbase Pro, we know it's kind of going away. And I didn't really see any warning that was like, hey, don't buy. Like, of course, I showed a little bit of greed, and I was like, I'm going to go on Coinbase Pro because I need every cent. So, of course, I did that. And then I'm like, oh, sick, I can't transfer it like I could have yesterday.
Yeah.
So
check this out. I was going to buy like $100 worth of DAI on FTX, and the fee was like I could get for $100 on FTX, I could get $99.82 in DAI. That's a pretty decent fee price. That's not bad. That's not bad is what I'm getting at. And you want Coinbase Pro fees. FTX is there. They don't offer as many coins, but I appreciate that. Like I'm saying, it's like we don't want to slow down innovation, but we also don't want to jump in this too quick. And that's what I'm not mad at how long it's taking the United States to make their decision on legislation.
Right. And you get one chance at this. So, if you disrupt the whole entire market, it could be done. And I mean, for us, I'm happy to have it, go a slow pace until we get it right. That just gives me a retail investor more time to be building right here in dollar cost averaging. And, it's like the people who are on Twitter still inactive, they have the same convictions we do. So it's like nice to see those people and, be like, all right, we're still moving. We're still operating, Money on my mind, got to grind today. That's how it's always been. But I just wanted to bring up the Coinbase situation because, we're seeing how they're transitioning and they also want to expand to Europe. Apparently they heard our Austin Powers little skit last week. So the exchange has an active presence in the UK, Ireland, and Germany, but wants to set up operations in Spain, Italy, France, the Netherlands, and Switzerland. So this was kind of eye-opening because I was like, oh, I didn't even realize, like, we just think crypto worldwide. I kind of thought this was like accessible, but then I'm like, oh, Binance US. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So I need to do my math on like how many countries don't have access so that I can get super excited when all of the unbanked have an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I like how they're talking to individual European countries instead of just like the EU directly. EU's trying to find good broad legislation to protect consumers and to make sure that they don't fall into economic turmoil because of maybe the potential growth in cryptocurrency. That does show, though, that these people do see the potential in growth. They know. They're just trying to figure out ways, okay, I can 100% respect that if that's really what's going down. I don't want to find out that you guys are stifling innovation and technology because you're scared of the impact it would make on the dollar or the yen or the euro or the pound or, the franc or the ruby or whatever. Like we want to make sure that we allow free markets to develop too. So it's like, I don't know, it's push and pull. Coinbase, great, awesome, good. They're also jumping into the business side a lot more of cryptocurrency. I really appreciate that because there's a lot of confusion, and that's a big thing that I'm seeing people shy away from adopting blockchain for business because there's no real provider or clear pathway or understanding of how to do it. So I really appreciate them kind of coming out with this blog. Real businesses that really want to, offer transactions through cryptocurrency on their internet platforms and websites and shops, why not? Here you are. Here's an opportunity.
Right. And we don't mind having Coinbase be the one, the exchange whose vetting process we admire the most, and then sending them and being like, okay, what is the regulations? I think we're sending one of the best teams up there to be working with the government. Obviously, it has to be a thing. If you don't think it's a thing, you're crazy. But Coinbase continues to step up. They're the ones doing the groundwork with the government. And I mean, they're keeping it moving on their own platform because they have 2 big updates. So they've added a feature of instant and free payments for Coinbase users to commerce merchants, and 7 new cryptocurrencies that can be used for payments. So I mean, the article goes on, and there's benefits for the merchant and the user themselves. Mm-hmm. So continue to make it better. I mean, they were like, yeah, who's going to use crypto if you're getting, taxed and there's a little bit of a fee on each transaction, which, I mean, is going on with the US dollar. Shout out to Jack Mallers, who, opens our eyes to that.
That's right. Every transaction that you make right now with your credit card or cash, you have to pay, your taxes to the government, but then you also have to pay your taxes or your fees to the bank. So that transaction of that fee is taken out through the blockchain technology, and it's distributed throughout the ecosystem of whatever blockchain you're using. Okay, so that's why blockchain is so much more valuable. It's because you're not paying that fee to the bank, and you get to decide what kind of a fee do you want to pay. Now, Coinbase is kind of taking that whole decision making for you and allowing some guidance and options, and allowing this to get innovated and to actually grow. So I appreciate what they've done on the business level, and I definitely appreciate a little bit what they've done on the trading level. So here we are. Coinbase Exchange will be unifying USD and USDC order books. That's really cool because of this point right here. Order books will be merged under USD order books to create a better, more seamless trading experience with deeper liquidity. Okay, that was the part for me. It's super important to make the volume more attractive for traders specifically, right? Because some people do this as a job every day, trade crypto, right? And I bet their accountant hates them.
100%. That he was like, dude, I don't even know what to do for your taxes, bro.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, I'm going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail. We're all going to jail. We don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. Whatever. But the great decision making on Coinbase's part. And I hope we keep seeing that leadership, because it is kind of starting to show and grow that what we stand for in crypto community through certain exchanges, and FTX is kind of following suit. We appreciate that.
Right. And we see FTX, they continued to just build this monster platform, which is, now trying to acquire BlockFi. And
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm a little bit I don't want to be outspoken on this one, because I've seen a lot of main crypto figures discuss the topic, and I was like, I really haven't had time to be catch their 2 cents. Mm-hmm. But the development comes in wake of reports that FTX was in talks to buy stake in the crypto lender, which struck a $250 million credit agreement with FTX earlier this month. So it says that the block has a credit deal, gave FTX an option on 50% of BlockFi equity. The remainder would be purchased for $25 million. So, I mean, I guess just with all that being said, what's your takeaway with the BlockFi situation and FTX picking them up? Because there's some finance issues, and they're kind of going.
So you've played Monopoly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're winning, you're kicking ass, and the next thing you know, the player lands on, a green or a yellow that's got 4 houses or a hotel on it, right? Next thing you know, that person's scrambling for money, so they start mortgaging their assets, right? So they got to pay off this rent. They mortgage their assets. Now they're good. Now go another round. Well, guess what? They land on a similar space the next go around, and they owe you again. So now what? Well, guess the opportunity is now you're getting the property to have the opportunity to create more passive income on the board, right? Boom, the game of Monopoly in life. Okay. So here's FTX getting an opportunity to buy something that is already pretty much mortgaged, like the Monopoly board. Look, there's going to be people that hate this. Dude, getting too big, whatever. They got like I don't know, what is it, maybe 20 coins they offer, at least to me, for my access as a citizen in the United States, in Texas. I have access to, like, what is it, like 15 or maybe 20 coins on their platform, right? They're going slow, they're building, but they have the opportunity at such a low value in the market to scoop up BlockFi when everybody else is having to try to figure out how to plug up insolvency issues, or how to stop the bleeding, or how to maintain value. So I mean, actions speak louder than words. FTX, good for you guys. Good sign of strength, So
love that. And I mean, me and you, we're just becoming more and more believers in FTX. I mean, so you've had the app. I just got it this week. Shout out Izzy Vortex. Kept my word, said, hey, I'm using your referral link, and I did it. But then I was like, holy cow, like Bitcoin at 8%, Ethereum 8%, and I'm like, you can get these rewards. I know it's like, what is the saying? It's like not your coins, not your crypto or whatever. Do you know it? Can you say it for me so I don't sound like an idiot?
Not your keys, not your wallet, or not. Yeah, something like that.
So not your keys, not your wallet. But I mean,
that's
it. I sold my soul. I sold my soul for 8% a year. Yeah, no, sorry. My Bitcoin is staying on an exchange.
Yeah.
It's also because I'm an altcoin bro, so yeah, I'm just high risk, high rewards, baby. But yeah, I mean, Bitcoin and Ethereum at 8%, that's nuts. Chainlink is like my favorite. I'm like, oh, that's easy dub.
Yeah, I bought more yesterday. I bought more of that. I bought more Bitcoin. And what else did I buy? I bought some Shiba. And then I bought more Bitcoin. So I bought Bitcoin twice. So.
I got one free Shiba for buying Bitcoin. I was like, oh heck yeah!
I got a Tron.
A meme culture, baby. I got to support the brand.
That's right.
But so yeah, we love FTX. We're always looking for safe and trusted places to stake our crypto, and I mean, we just expanded and added some more weapons to the arsenal.
Speaking of staking, huh?
Speaking of staking,
Cardano.
We got Cardano. I would say, I think I put it in the notes. Like, people are like, Cardano is literally proof that proof of stake works. So I love that. And Cardano continues to grow. They're going through their updates. And as of like 15 hours ago, the testnet was successful. So the proposal to hard fork the Cardano testnet, and like, it looks like it's good. And I know Charles is pumped for this. The upgrade is to bring significant performance and capability upgrades to the blockchain, describing the fork as the biggest and best upgrade to date. So,
yep.
Improved. I was just going to say one last part: improved script performance for developers and lower cost.
There it is. Decentralized applications. That's what they're trying to lock in, and And you made a good point. So when I was first writing the article, I did say Alonzo had some problems, right? And then you opened my eyes, so I went back into the article and broke that down, and I said this: after Alonzo and the number of wallets staking ADA, it will be a blessing to see decentralized applications migrate to Cardano as well. So you not only already have the user base, the utility, the people that are going to utilize ADA, right? You also have the decentralized developers, right? Making decentralized applications and making a better ecosystem running on top of the blockchain of Cardano. And if we're talking about efficiency and scalability, Cardano's been doing the work, and they've already got outreach to how many people around the world. So that's it's a big network, right? Don't take the value away, take the market cap away. Think about the size of the network. People, down with Cardano, not a chance.
There's I think there's over 1 million wallets that are currently staking.
Love those vibes, dude.
Yeah.
So,
but we'll see, because I know hard fork is not what you want to do, and what little software development background I have, which is close to none. But it looks good, and I mean, we're going to have Cardano and Ethereum go through 2 very big updates during a critical time for crypto. So we'll see how this plays out.
Ethereum went through a hard fork and is successful. Okay. And yeah, I understand they're about to go through their next update, or upgrade. But look, Cardano, hey, you guys are doing cool. Hey, Bitcoin's the only blockchain and it's the purest blockchain ever made. And for sure, dude, for sure. I get it. I understand. We have had no forks, but we've had forks off of the Bitcoin blockchain creating different projects. Okay. So, and people want to claim which one's the true Bitcoin. Those people just stop, sit down, relax. Okay. No way. All right. We know Bitcoin's Bitcoin. All right. The development of Cardano and other altcoins, we want to see them get better, and we can't write off upgrades or updates to the blockchain. What's wrong with taking the engine and making it run a little better?
Right. And I think that this is still new to so many crypto, not people that are still in crypto, but the people who come along and when our next bull run and are here, it's like, hey, this is what you need to understand. What's very, very different about stocks and other assets that you may have. This is software, like Kevin O'Leary loves to point out, and these are continuously developing and growing.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's a good transition from where you're at. With all the naysayers and haters out there, it is important to remember we will have growing pains through all this because we're not only developing a market, we're developing software, like you just said. So it's going to take time. We have to make mistakes to learn from those mistakes and make better. And I don't know why people always forget that part of the process. People think that, shit just falls out of the sky perfect. Like, no, sorry. It just doesn't work that way. So, but here is a great example of growing pains this week. $100 million worth of crypto has been stolen in another major hack. Break that down for us.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's pretty much it. So the blockchain bridge, which is Horizon, I guess it's a part of the Harmony network. They got hacked, and it says they've been able to identify the address that they believe is the culprit, and they'll be going after them. But I mean, not much new, just another hack. So
just another hack.
That's one way to make me. That's one way to make me very skeptical. Is right. When a hack has happened and I'm banking on your technology and I'm putting my whole entire life savings into it,
which you should not do.
Hey, degen mode. No, I'm just kidding. I'm safe, of course. I just wanted to sound really cool, but yeah.
Yeah, dude, I put everything in, right?
So this is just another cyber chase. They know the address. Let's track down the bad guy, get him out, ban him, give him like a digital execution. Maybe bring out like, what's it called when it's just like a really big knife and it just cuts their head off?
Like guillotine.
Guillotine, yeah. Just guillotine them from the digital space, leave them in the real world while we're all in the meta, drinking digital beers, getting freaking wrecked. And I'm like, dude, I haven't even used my human legs in 10 years. This is awesome. And then I'm like, this is literally like Wall-E. But either way, no, hackers, not cool. All right.
Not cool.
Get out of here.
Real quick. The concept of bridging blockchains is a great idea, but unfortunately there is a coding flaw. And with that coding flaw, somebody exploited that. And now we learn from that. So no growing pain is bad. No publicity is bad, or, let me just move on.
There's some bad publicity. Yeah.
Whatever.
No. I mean, couldn't have happened to Adam. At least, Terra.
Whatever. This is.
I still love Adam, but I also love Algo.
There you go.
I was an idiot. I admit. I don't know what happened. I was probably disorderly and trying to stake my Algorand, and the governance rewards didn't happen. Doesn't matter. But we have our next round of staking. And I'm not sure if it's 10%. Like, they haven't identified it as 10%, but they were like, I think it's 70. What sounds better, 70 million or 70 billion? I know that that's the amount of algo that they're allocating.
I really don't know.
Either way, you just give me more than 8%, I'll be happy, because FTX also, Algorand, 8%, gonna love that. But yeah, we're just welcoming you in. How were the rewards? You went through the process, left me at the freaking bus stop.
I'm really happy with it, honestly. I'm cool with any type of protocol that works, that has a functioning blockchain, a good community, and developers are actually utilizing the tech. There's plenty of ecosystem here. We were just talking about Cardano and already have an ecosystem ready for decentralized applications. Algorand is, I really love how they're doing a unique way of decentralizing the protocol. So a governance protocol, you have to buy in to have a say. Why not? That's like a republic, right? You have to have land or some type of noteworthy stature to be able to place a vote, a republic, right? So,
Right.
And so with this being said, for people saying republics don't work, the United States is a republic, look how terrible it is. You got to understand, like, if a mass opinion can brainwash and lead an ideologue and a nation down the wrong path, that somehow needs to be fended off in some type of way. So there's times when democracy is better than republic and republic is better than democracy. And it is very important to notice that within all these blockchain technologies, right? People hated that Solana did what they did. That didn't look like much of a democracy or a republic. That looked like, a board of directors, and it was ran differently.
And Algorand, they love to take shots at Solana whenever they shut down, because Algo's always quick to be like, yeah, so it's been this long since we haven't stopped our blockchain from running.
Yeah.
But I was just going to take that and go into crypto moves. We got 8 minutes of rundown, baby, before I'm freaking hitting birdies left and right like I'm Tiger freaking Woods. Give me a green jacket. I'm wearing this American shirt out there. I hope that they let me wear it. If not, I might as well just put on a freaking red coat. We're under freaking communism or something if I can't wear this shirt to golf. It's 130 degrees out. All right. So, speaking of 130 degrees, we got the crypto moves, baby.
Let's go.
All right. So, Bitcoin and Ethereum above $0. We're going to keep it simple. These are two very important. We say it every week. We're not going anywhere without the success of these. So,
yes. Break it down. Last week was our first week using Fibonacci levels. You can see that, we're getting to some red levels. And if I was to buy, I'd rather buy it red than buy it green. So where will you get better risk to reward ratio? Well, you want less risk and higher reward. And based off these levels year to date, there's some opportunity here. Yes, you can zoom out and be like, oh, well, we got more room to go down to
0.
Yeah, right. But I get it. I understand everybody's wants to be skeptical at the bottom, but at the top they want to just ape in. For sure. I get it. I understand. So
no, makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I get it. It might not make sense, but I get what you're doing.
I get what you're doing, for sure. Protecting yourself.
So just remember that this market eats the greedy, and trust your investment and be long-term in this if that is what you want to do. If not, good luck. I wish you the best. But it's Bitcoin, Ethereum over 0. Thanks for kind of touching on the new adjustments to the tables.
Love it.
We added some chart details so you could see exactly what I'm seeing. And I hate making adjustments, but I do it for a community that I love and cherish so much, because then I'm like, great, now here I go. Got to freaking update this table, add a couple rows in each crypto that I have preset. But
there you go.
I do it out of love. So
Beautiful.
Don't overlook these.
It's respect.
Respect. So next, I think it's always important to understand that there's going to be Ethereum competitors, and I just think that the risk to reward, if something happens and somebody has to step up and you have some sort of amount of your portfolio, you're going to be extremely happy.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking about these, I'm talking about Cardano, Solana, Algorand, VeChain's not on the list, but all those layer ones, and you got to evaluate. Me and you are kind of the same. We just diversify across all these. Each of these altcoins has their own benefit. We touched on Cardano with staking. Solana's their brand is great. The technology, it's getting worked on. Hey, if anything, this thing's at the mechanic every single week. So it's getting fixed or at least touched up, but we got low transaction fees on there. All of them really have improved their transaction fees. Then we got Algorand, which I believe is the strongest fundamentals in the market. But so we start off, I think why I was touching on that is because when we do the crypto moves, we try to evaluate these and put them on the same scale for your portfolio. So we have Cardano under 50 cents. I mean, that main net upgrade is going to be pretty ridiculous. So if you have been in a Cardano holder and you're happy, I mean, hey, 50 cents, that is great. And you got some room to go.
All-time high of around $3. Plenty of room to grow.
Right. So then we got Solana under $40.
Like you said, being worked on, congestion, give it time. Look, we all got to work it out. But Solana's network of people that utilize the ecosystem for NFTs, I mean, they're doing really well propping up the price, in my opinion. I think it could have gone way lower, like $10.
Right. And I'm glad you touched on that, because the NFT marketplace, that's one of the strongest benefits of Solana as well. I think that their presence is a little more known. Maybe it's the algorithms that Elon Musk is going to fix, but like I see a lot more Solana NFTs than Algo and Cardano, but I love them all.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So next we got Algorand under 40 cents.
You can earn up to 10%. What I think is the deal. It might be difficult for some people to sign up for the governance protocol because they don't know what they're doing. And that's understandable. 100%. A lot of things going on. I get it. Right. But
I'm raising my hand. I'm saying, yeah, me. Somehow I got all these beautiful instructions and just didn't make it happen. That's my fault.
All good.
Sorry, Algorand Foundation.
But the good news is I think there is brands like FTX that are going to be offering rewards because they signed up for the protocol and they utilize a central wallet. And and maybe that's how they make it work. I don't fully know if that's how they're making it work, but those are, staking pools, right? And I think some exchanges will be offering things like that. So it will be very good for us to focus and be able to tell people about that, because the governance protocol is great. I love being a governor. I love earning up to 10% on Algorand specifically. And you got to think about how much they're doing developing wise. So I love Algorand. I love all the layer ones you just said. And I bet you got the layer 2s lined up. Hit me with some layer 2s.
Well, let's see. Layer 2s. I mean, I was going to give you an opportunity to talk FTT because this is a new one.
Yes.
So, I mean, FTX token. We love FTX. We're big FTX groupies. Not really groupies, but you get it. We're fans. I mean, 8% on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm a freaking groupie. I don't care. I'm front row screaming for FTX. I'm like, give me more, baby. Give me more.
Yeah, FTT is going to be their token. Now, what I was reading up on, and I do got to do more homework and due diligence, but they're going to be using this token for utilizing their trading part of their platform. I don't exactly know how it's all going to work, the process and the dynamics of it, but I can tell you right now that FTX is kicking ass and they have a coin that they will be offering, FTT, and I think that's something that a lot of us should be paying attention to. So FTX has done very good, and I kind of just wanted to throw FTT on there this week and let people know, hey, we got plenty of opportunity out there.
Yep, and in the Discord, I'm sure we'll cover some of the aspects we look at it, because I don't have any FTT, but when it's brought to the table as a good play, I'm definitely going to do my research.
Yeah.
And here's where I dropped the ball in the alley-oop. It was, Chainlink, Sand. These are the ones you're talking about.
Yeah, these are our layer 2s. Yeah,
totally. I'm not much of an alley-oop guy. I'm like a catch and shoot 3-point guy. So if it's in the paint, I'm probably not going to yam it down like I'm Cam Johnson all over the Bucks that one time. But it's fine, even though we lost the NBA championship. Effing scumbags sold all my Tesla stock for that. You freaking blew a 2-0 lead in the finals, and then Luka killed us. All right, I'm fine. Suns are fine. We're getting KD.
Move on.
Move on. I mean, KD loves Algorand, but it is what it is. Okay. Chainlink. So we got two of my favorites, as always, on the list. Chainlink under $8.
Yep.
Atom under $9. I think Chainlink is going to be huge, but I'm not a financial advisor. I'm literally just a short, red-headed kid on the internet. So believe me if you want, but zoom out and you're like, oh my God, there's so much room. Literally, there's so much room just to gain back.
Yep.
Like so much market cap. And
And
we have that 8% staking. That's crazy.
Yeah, 8% staking on FTX. That's a new addition. So I definitely wanted to buy more Chainlink at these levels and just go ahead and get that process moving on FTX. Made a lot of sense to me. We got tons of room for growth. I remember when Chainlink went from 50 cents to $2 and people were shouting out congratulations. Now we're at 6.17 and people are saying the world's ending. So there's a lot of opportunity out there. You got to look at it from a good standpoint. Cosmos, you touched on it. We're talking about bridging problems and flaws. Look, blockchain to blockchains, interoperability, being able to communicate blockchain to blockchain. And guess what? These NFT guys that got caught this week with their pants down, that's the great news about the blockchain, is the transparency part of it. But, there's the debate, right? The privacy, transparency, right? So
and now those bad players are going to get Epsteined, murdered in digital jail, but
Troy,
that's okay.
Geez, Louise.
What? Sorry, it was also. Are we not full news coverage? It's fine. All right. So, yep, Adam under $9, staking at 17%.
Yeah.
Hey, just be the number one bridge, and I'm happy. All right. That's all you got to do. Be the best. Stake me 17%. I'm never selling besides my staking rewards.
Yeah, I could do that. Take profits on the staking. I thought about doing that. Why not take all the staking value I make this month and sell it out of what I've been making month by month in value of crypto, sell it into some stable, and then swap that into a project I believe in, maybe even Bitcoin, just take the cream off.
Oh, you believe in that? I mean, that's kind of a Ponzi, but good luck, dude.
Yeah. I'm a maxi. I don't know what to tell you.
All right. Yeah. Max Kaiser for president.
Yeah.
Happy 4th of July. All right. So the last two, we got Sand under $1.25, EOS under $1, which Vitalik called Ethereum on steroids.
Yeah. Real quick, EOS, I want to touch, Sand is great, Metaverse, but real quick, I'd rather say this. EOS is full of opportunity just based on what Vitalik has been talking about. They're where they're headed and what they're doing and where they're going. Okay. So Ethereum is great. The guy that created Ethereum, EOS is, Ethereum on steroids is what he's saying. Wow. Okay. What a concept. You're getting it at these levels. We broke it down in the Discord, EOS's history. People need to definitely dissect that because EOS is not what it used to be. So with that being said, Sand, you brought that one up. Ethereum, okay. Ethereum goes through. We get our upgrade. Fees and transactions are, smaller and lower, and people are using the Ethereum network. And then you have people that believe in the meta. Think about what's already been developed. Sandbox was the thing, and how will they make better? We'll see. But there's opportunity.
And for all these ranges, I mean, the metaverse plays got wrecked. So you got some opportunity to see which ones are going to grow, which ones you liked, and build a little bag.
Yeah, I mean, here's the time. If you wanted to get into it before, I mean, imagine how much value has disappeared, creating opportunity for people that still believe in this stuff. So definitely a good choice sharing some meta stuff this week. Shout out to Sand.
I mean, shout out to you, too, for bringing it to the attention. And speaking of closing on time or something, right? You want to close this off so I can go hit 18 birdies?
Absolutely. So I promise you the best things in life are earned, and this simple truth is difficult for many to comprehend. When shit gets tough, that is where you go harder than you ever have before. Aim for the moon and shoot for the stars, friends. We're all going to make it. So, yes, absolutely. Shout out to Trizzy on those the crypto moves this week. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in with us this week. We will see you in episode 26.
All right, guys, we love you. I got to go golf now. I've also been holding in a piece since the very beginning, so love you. Bye.